All right, well, starting on Tuesday, March 1st in Mammoth Lakes, ordinance number 15-06 goes into effect, and that prohibits the use of single-use carry-out bags in the town of Mammoth Lakes. Now, the Mammoth Town Council's action will reduce negative impacts on the environment. Press release notes, including reducing the use of natural resources and energy, reducing greenhouse gas emissions, and helping to eliminate waste in landfills, roadside litter, and pollution to lakes, streams, and soils. And the press release notes, most importantly, it will contribute to a cleaner and more welcoming town of Mammoth Lakes. Now, when the plastic bag ban goes into effect, customers will be affected, including retail establishments will no longer be able to utilize plastic single-use bags. Customers may purchase paper bags for a minimum of 10 cents each. Customers may purchase or bring their own reusable bags. Restaurants, they're exempt and may still use plastic bags for takeout orders. Some other exemptions exist, such as plastic bags used for produce and meats. Press release says the town of Mammoth Lakes will work with local businesses to assist in the progressive elimination of plastic single-use bags in the community. If you have questions about the plastic bag ban, you can go to the website townofmammoth.ca.gov or give a call to Pam Kovalars, the assistant to the Mammoth Town manager. Pam's at 760-934-8989, extension 223. Well, Deb Murphy filed this story for Sierra Wave Media. The stage was set during last summer's Inyo County budget discussions. With some tweaking of the probation department's juvenile system and coordination with Health and Human Services, more effective and efficient services could be provided for kids in that system. Now, maintaining Inyo's juvenile hall came with a $1.5 million price tag for an in-custody population that has dropped to single digits over the last decade. The hall and staffing was fully funded for the 2015-16 fiscal year, giving the county, probation, and Health and Human Services a year to figure out a way to deliver more resources with that $1.5 million plus specific state and federal funding. Now, both departments have been working on pieces of that puzzle. At the special Board of Supervisors meeting on February 23rd, both were given specific target dates to develop a plan to bring all the pieces together. The community partners and county staff will get together this week for a planning session led by staff from the University of California Davis Extension Training Center, and that is set for Wednesday. Inyo County Administrative Officer Kevin Caruncio started the discussion last week with a description of what the new model could look like. Juvenile Hall would become a special purpose facility staffed and housing juveniles on weekends only, with on-call staffing for the mandatory maximum 72-hour hold for minors. Now, during the week, the kids would live at home and attend high school, helped by Health and Human Services programs that focus on families. Now, those juveniles who require 24/7 incarceration would be sent to facilities in other counties. With juvenile crime trending down nationwide, there are beds available at a reasonable cost. Inyo Probation Chief Jeff Thompson plans to have 3 or 4 agreements in place, all within a 4-hour drive. Now, Probation and Health and Human Services would co-manage an area resource center, initially providing a broad range of services to at-risk kids and their families, including substance abuse and mental health counseling. Eventually, the center would serve at-risk adults with distinct separation from the minors. The center would be a one-stop shop for tools to get back on track. Caruncio's presentation identified deadlines to get the center, or at least the services it would provide, operational by July 1st. Now, neither department has to reinvent the wheel. Probation has been focused on pointing its caseload in a better direction since Assembly Bill 109 moved nonviolent, non-sexual felons out of the overcrowded state prison system and back home to county jails. Probation officers have been trained in effective practices in community supervision with marked success to ensure that the Independence Jail houses only those who need to be there. Inyo Health and Human Services has been keeping pace with state and federal funded initiatives focused on core issues facing minors and their families. Currently, the department provides substance abuse and classes for both Health and Human Services and probation staff. The Inyo supervisors were in unanimous agreement with a system that would improve resources and services to Inyo County youth. Now, Inyo County Superintendent of Schools Terry McAteer iced the cake with an offer of his office's Jill Kinmont Booth School as a potential site for a juvenile center. The student enrollment at Jill Kinmont has dropped from 64 when McAteer came to Inyo County to 6. McAteer said, "We've raised the bar." He and Thompson have had discussions on how to maintain education for minors in the juvenile system. "A court school is essential," McAteer said. "Our schools aren't going to take an adjudicated student. They send those kids to the County Office of Education," end quote. And last Wednesday at approximately, 12:46 in the morning, the Bishop Police Department received a report of a vehicle on its side near the 500 block of North Main Street in Bishop. Now, Bishop police officers and medics from Simon's Ambulance arrived a short time later and located a passenger vehicle on its driver's side and partially blocking North Main Street in Bishop. Now, the driver of the vehicle, identified as a 61-year-old male from Reno, told officers that he became distracted by the vehicle's navigation system, which caused him to veer off the roadway and strike a light pole, in turn causing his vehicle to lose control and land on its side. Now, the driver appeared uninjured and was not under the influence, according to a press release from the Bishop Police Department. He was treated and released by medics from the scene. With the assistance of Bishop police officers, that vehicle returned to its wheels and was driven away from the scene. The investigation is continuing. Anyone with additional information, you're encouraged to contact the Bishop Police Department at 760-873-5866. We'll be back with a weather report.